My windows are foggy. You guys, no sunrise this morning. It's all foggy. Oh well. Let's turn that off. I brewed some coffee. I'm brewing. I made enough to fill this up. And I'm making more to fill the other cup up, and then that's the cup that we will chat. And we got about half an hour. This is not going to be a live. This is not going to be a long live feed because I got to get to work, right? I got to work. I don't know if you guys believe this or not, but I actually do work. I know you guys don't think I work because of the comments that I get that say, "Oh, you're finally getting it." So there's that. Have you ever noticed whether you have a small pot of coffee or a large pot of coffee with the coffee maker, that first bit wants to dribble, so you make a mess? Does that happen to you guys? I'm hoping that everything goes smooth today because I have to bump a dock 3 times today. 3 times. Can you believe that? And the last time I did these exact 2 runs, it went smooth, right? But knock on wood, it'll happen again because it needs to. But luckily, it's the same broker on both loads, so I can just call them up and say, "Hey, the receiver's being stupid." And hopefully I'll be home tonight, and then that's it for a couple of days. Did decent revenue for this week. For the amount of miles I've ran. My fuel bill has gone up, though, that's for sure. Getting bombarded with emails. Let's go to the comment section of this particular video. There it is. Turn that down. Alright, so we got Grafton with the thumbs up, double thumbs up. Dying Breed, Trucking with Daniel Adami, Thor and Thunder, good morning. GNC Family Trucking, Jeremy Rice, Jonathan Wheeler, Scott SRO Logistics. Let's see. TM, hello. So you're made of metal now? I am made of metal. All the aluminum that I've had to dust and weld, not dust, but all the aluminum dust from all the welding and the grinding that I've done, I probably got some pretty toxic levels of heavy metal inside me. So there's that. Man, that's good coffee. Pneumatic Brit. Is that frost? No, that's just steam. It wasn't steamy till I got up here because I'm hot, you know. But no, it's actually steam when I started brewing the coffee. So that's why. This little coffee maker will warm up this truck a little bit. Let's see. Nomadic Brit, good morning, Stephen All. John Armstrong, good morning. How did the storms go there last night, Mr. Armstrong? I got woke up at about 11 with thunder, but I don't think it was near the level of what was going on in Joplin. And it definitely wasn't near the level of what was going on in Dallas. That's for sure. To any veterans in the chat, thank you for your service. There you go. Jonathan Wheeler, good. Steve is sat in his simulator again. I am. I went from having Windows Movie Maker to total green screen to fool you guys into thinking that I'm actually working. Oh, and let it be known that I'm doing my live feed with the safety vest, unlike James Best earlier, who was live at midnight of all times with no safety vest, and some guy in the back on the bunk. I don't know if you guys caught that or not. I keep a drip rag on my floor, pour the coffee into my cup above it, get it washed when I go home. Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Chuck for life, how's your eye doing, man? What'd you do, get in a fight with a raccoon or something? Your eye is all screwed up. You can't mess around with that. Patrick Zink, please forgive me if I'm butchering your name. I was watching a Pale Rider rebroadcast of a live chat video. Yes, Pale Rider TV is back. So there's that. Mr. Somewhere, what's up? Big Houston, John Armstrong, big time lightning and thunder. We survived. Good deal. I thought that was. It is a safety vest. I'm wearing a dark jacket. It's because the customer that I go to, you have to wear your safety vest. Which is fine because people drive like crazy, that and so if this can prevent me from getting run over, I'm all about it, right? So, but yes, I'm wearing a safety vest, and Mr. James Best was not, and I'm wearing the Like Trucking safety vest, which I don't even think James has this anymore. Gotta drive, can't chat any longer, going to work. Where are you heading there? Angelica Jane, good morning. Sic Semper Tyrannis. Sorry, I skipped over you guys. I didn't mean to do that. So, I've been watching, if you go to my community page, let me see if I can find this here. There's a video I want you guys to see. We're going to post it here in the chat. Because I think it's important. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling ill. Oh, I already got my thumbs down. Sweet. YouTube. RD, you did it again. Not sure what I did, but I'm working until I get home. Well, did you at least get it looked at? Because if you get an infection in your eye, that's a no bueno. You could lose it. You could lose it. Next will be a hard hat and steel toe shoes. Schneider, it's funny. Schneider was like, you gotta wear your steel toe boots. They make their company drivers do it, right? And then before I left, they were saying that they were going to start enforcing it on the independent contractors there. It's funny, they go, we're not calling you independent contractors anymore, we're calling you guys owner operators, which I really was. But then they put more rules, and so if you saw a driver walk around one of the OCs without a safety vest or steel toe boots, you automatically assumed he was the owner operator, because we weren't bound by the same rules. And what was interesting is that I went and picked up a load at I think Caterpillar there in York, Pennsylvania. And I wear these Merrill shoes. They're not steel-toed, but they look like they could be. And so I went in there and went and checked in, and the guy's like, look at me, he's like, well, you got your safety vest. He's looking at me with this light or whatever, like some badass cop. He looks at my shoes and he goes like, well, you got your steel-toed shoes on. And I just kind of like, and because all I was doing was dropping and hooking a pallet trailer, trailer full of Amish pallets. And he just assumed that I had steel toe boots because I was with Snyder. So there was that. So, but I have pictures of me with a hard hat because, you know, when you pick up a lot of hazmat, especially tanks, totes, you know, stuff like that, you had to have a hard hat to get in. So yeah, I went to one place that made you wear your hard hat, these overalls that probably some stinky 400-pound dude had to wear before me, before this stinky 400-pound dude had to wear it. And then I had to watch a video. They had to call my dispatcher to verify that I was who I was. 15 minutes, background check, the whole 9 yards, right? And I had to wear all this garb, and I wasn't even allowed outside of the truck except to open the doors. That was it. Before I backed into the dock, which was an easy straight back dock. And then the forklift guy is in shorts, not wearing a hard hat. He's the one unloading my trailer outside. So I thought that was kind of stupid. But, you know, hey, that's Monsanto for you, and that's where I was delivering. So who knows what kind of chemicals I got ingested in my body because of that. Well, Thor, you had to be part of the OG to get the light truck. See, look. See, look at that, Thor. Look at that. You have to be part of the OG crew to get that. You're late. You're late to the game, Thor. Next will be, okay, I already read that. Let's see, steel-toed flip-flops, will they work? Haha. You know, I watched this, you know, when you're cruising YouTube, you come across the stupidest things. And one of the that you find yourself watching because you're just like, you know, go to that video that I just posted there. But this is a hydraulic press that this guy just smashes things with, and one of them, he did cheap steel toe boots and expensive steel toe boots, and they were both identical. And the guy's like really surprised by it, and I wanted to tell him in the comments, but I didn't, is that steel toe boots have to have a certain rating regardless of what price they are. The only difference level is the comfort. That's the only differences between what you get at Walmart and Red Wings, right? And so I thought that was funny. And then I watched him smash bowling balls and a human tooth and all kinds of crazy things. And then that leads to a channel that has the big metal shredder that they can literally put anything in and it takes it. It doesn't jam it up. And that's pretty interesting to watch. And it's interesting to see how many people say, what if you can fit a body in there? You know, because we're all dark and demented. Jose, good morning. Pigtail, nice vest, thank you. Got the green light at the way station heading to Grand Prairie. Good deal. That the eastbound scale that's closed in Joplin, they're getting ready to get serious because they're building one of them shacks, you know, that they can inspect your truck, and they've got the pit underneath so they can really get under there. So it's going to be the smallest little super coupe in Missouri is probably what that's going to be. But westbound, I can't tell you how many times that they've had traffic backed up on the interstate. And if it is, look, if you're going westbound and you're going through Joplin and you see that the traffic's backed up, if you don't want to go around it, like, you know, because the ramp is full, because you're afraid of your transponder doing whatever, get on the CB and say we're backed up, because they listen to the CB radio inside there, which also means that anytime they're closed, but they're still in there, and anybody goes, oh, what are the westbound coops doing? Then, you know, click, they turn it on. So just know that you guys are outing yourself every time you ask if the way station is open or closed. What are you going to do? You can't go around it at that point, right? Is it me, or do I see trucker superimposed on your beard? Oh, Mother Trucker. This is one of Asian My shirts that I got when he was in Joplin. The word trucker, truck driver. So yes. But anyways, one of the things I was thinking about this morning, my morning coffee thoughts, is that, and I post this on Facebook, don't let the darkness consume you. Okay, this is just a quick video. It's not gonna be an hour-long live feed because I gotta work. Some of us have to work, right? And at some point, you've made your preparations. You've prepared yourself financially. You've prepared yourself mentally. You've prepared yourself spiritually. And just now, it's time to just reflect on things that you've done well and things that you need to improve, and focus on yourself, your family, and your friends. At some point, you can't let all the news and all the negativity and all the YouTubers, telling you doom and gloom, you can't let that sink in so much that you can't get out. And so at some point it's kind of like, the storm's coming, you've battened down the hatches, you've put food and water in the basement, and now it's just time to sit down there and just survive. That's what we're doing. TJ Jones, good morning. Stepping in and out, fixing breakfast. Your perception of me is a reflection of you. Huh. That's a good saying there, Pigtail. Thomas Wilson, you made it after missing yesterday's live feed. Shame, shame, shame. Oh, sir, good morning. Oser had the pleasure of being a part of James Best's live feed at midnight. Spill it. No spilled coffee. Spitting it everywhere. Like an idiot. Okay. Donnie Luke, good morning. You're miserable. Your dispatcher hates you. I'm not getting your notifications. Missed the last couple of ramblings. YouTube is being weird. I do know that they're being weird. They're eliminating a lot of bots. They are now shadow banning a lot of people for foul language, talks of different things like tools or whatever, and it's screwed up everybody's notifications. I notice that YouTube's kind of been kind of quiet here lately with our little normal circle. Learning from the best and getting paid to do it. There you go. Oh, sir, that's the way to do it. That's how I got my Class B CDL, is I got paid to do it. And that was awesome. I got good notifications. What's up? Silos, what's up? But, sometimes just, I don't know, I turned off all my notifications except for email on my business phone, because with both of them tuned into YouTube, it got redundant. Like at 9 o'clock there's like 5 channels that post videos every single day, and so my phones are constantly going off, and I find myself distracted. So like if I get on here to get on Trucking Office, or to look at a Raycon, or to check an email, and then the YouTube notifications are, what's that about? And then next thing you know, it's the digital version of walking into a room and forgetting why you went in there for. And so I decided, you know what? I don't need any distractions on this phone. And I've got a special ringtone for the like trucking guys if they call. I talked to 3 of them or 4 of them yesterday. You know, we're all dealing with a few things, and some had some questions, and you know, so this phone is important. I can't just shut it off, but at the same time, I can shut off all the notifications of the stuff I don't need. There's no Facebook on here. There's no Instagram on here. There's no social media notifications whatsoever on this, and it's really kind of helped me become a little bit more focused. YouTube has me on a 2-week strike. Can't upload videos or go live. Wow. Jim Smith, 245 in Wadhams. Are you at the dock? No, not yet. It'll all be okay in the end. If it isn't okay, well, it's not the end. Rick and Morty. I like that. And I love Rick and Morty. It's a great show. Landstar bites another one. Got a live. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't have anything on my business phone. That's just for the business. Well, you know, originally this was designed to just stay, like, if I, like, on the weekend, if I didn't have to book a load or do any business, this was going to be turned off and put in the drawer. But with being the safety manager over at Like Trucking, I can't do that now, which is fine. That's what I get paid to do. However, I'm that guy with 2 phones on me all the time. So, but what are you talking about, Thomas Wilson? Did you have a Landstar load that failed on you? But it's good to have a separate business phone, in my opinion, because if you are the kind of person that you're going to take a couple of days off, just put it away. You know, in having the 2 phones has been really beneficial on communicating. A lot of times I can be on one phone and looking for loads on the other. You know, it's kind of got like a whole little system here going. But anyways, it's definitely getting interesting around the world, you know, and we'll just deal with it as it comes. It is a beautiful morning here where I'm at. I'm in northern Missouri. A lot of traffic noise right here. Big Houston's waiting for a load. So I was glad to see Pale Rider TV bring back his name, Pale Rider TV. So that was cool to see that last night. I'm hauling air today, 30 bundle at 409 pounds. So there you go. I love loads like that. It's like you're empty, but you're not. Like I said, when I was at, you know, speaking of Landstar, when I was at Landstar, my favorite loads were hazmat totes because it paid better than the generic dry van stuff. But it also, it was light. They were all empty. Now, some of the places I had to deliver got interesting, you know. So, I remember phone booths. The technology has come far. I find technology to be the true double-edged sword. You're absolutely right, Smoke. And that's what that video, the link that I posted in the chat, that's what that talks about. Is, you know, when you're, look, I run my entire business off of this. 100%. I look for my loads that way. I sign my rate cons that way. I call the brokers that way. You know, I do everything with this phone, and that's the advantage that us own operators have versus the guys like 30 years ago, like my dad. You know, back in those days, you had to go to the truck stop. You had to look at the DAT board on the TV screen, and with a pad of paper, and then there was a line for the phones. You know, and And that was interesting that some of the older Flying J's kept those phone booths, and then what they did is they took the payphones out, but the booths still remain. And there were quite a few times where I used those as kind of an isolation booth to talk on the phone. And things are a lot. I remember hanging out at the truck stop with my dad, having to wait in line, or we'd get one of those tables that had the phone on it. You just paid, and then the calling cards, that had to be a thing, and or you bought an 800 number so you can have your family just call you from that number. Nothing witty is here. We may now begin. Smoke. My sister still has a rotary phone, because where she lives at, if there's loss of power, rotary phone's the only thing that'll work. Who here had a beeper? I never had a beeper. I was never that guy. Never had a beeper. My dad had a beeper towards right before he got a cell phone, but then after that he didn't have to deal with brokers anymore. So I don't think he had a beeper for very long. But yeah, remember when he had a beeper that you were the shiznit, right? You were either like a business guy or a drug dealer. There was nobody in between. It wasn't like a casual thing like cell phones are now. It was kind of funny. Saw a video of two 15-year-olds trying to use a rotary phone. It was hilarious. Yeah, we were at a thrift store, and I showed that one of those, there was a rotary phone in there, and I showed them how to use it. And it's like, it was really annoying when you had to dial like an 800 number and then you missed the number wrong. You had to start over. That was the worst part about that. Calling card rotary phones were the standard of the 70s. Yep. Got in the shop yesterday with the DEF problem, plus my coolant tank magnet went bad. Jose, do you got a 680? You had a volunteer fire department pager? Yeah, I never owned a beeper. I think that was a little bit... I think when beepers were around, I can't remember what age I was. That's how old I was. But I never owned a beeper. Maybe I did. No, I never did. 579 PACCAR. Ew. Well, I hope you can find the parts. That magnet is annoying, right? So you're gonna have to change the whole tank. That's how that goes. The good news is you'll have the dinging, but it won't shut the truck down. The roaming charges on the brick cell phone in the 80s trucking was insane. Yes, it was. And you had the weekend nights and minutes, the free weekends and night minutes. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I can't read the text while I'm live on the deal, Thomas Wilson. We used to prank page buddies with the local bar all the time. And there's still some payphones out there. You see them a lot more common around the border towns. And I know there's one in Arkansas at the rest area there in Bella Vista. You can't get a truck in there though, so don't try. Yep, I found the tank. I hate that ding ding. Yeah, it's the song of our people as PACCAR people, right? Drove in constant rain yesterday, got the receiver in St. Paul last night. Still raining. 2 phones is a must with 2 providers, so at least one hopefully works. Angelica, I think, isn't that area supposed to see some snow today? I could be wrong though, but I have only one provider. I had Sprint for the longest time, and finally I was literally at a receiver in Oklahoma City. If I'm in door 1, I had a full signal. If I'm in door 5, I had an okay signal. If I'm in door 10, zero signal. So, and I was there all the time. So I got frustrated, and I got a couple of calls from a couple of friends that said, you need to do this, you need to do this. And I did that, and life has been better ever since. And now I'm on Verizon. So I've seen all the technology through the years and always embraced it. Now, not so much. Look, it's technology is like any other thing. You know, food, beer, gambling. It's all like, there are good uses and there are bad uses. There are good parts and there are bad parts. And I'm reading a book called, let's see. It's called The Hacking of the American Mind. Hold on, give me a cover. By Robert Lustig. That's what it looks like. It's been incredibly interesting. Let me put this in the chat. Rubber skiing sucks. Okay. Oh, it's too long. Too long of a link. Oops, your comment is too long. Okay. Alrighty. So I guess I'm not posting it. But anyways, it's a good book so far, and it really kind of talks about, you know, technology is a part of that. So you haven't seen them in 20 years. G-Star, good morning. Greetings from Mesquite, Texas. Gone empty, man. I thought Texas was a little warmer than in cold days. Anyways, keep on tracking everyone. You just experienced a cold front that just went through there. Greg Zimmer, good morning. Greg Zimmer is in Springfield, and I'm not. He's done that twice now. I think he just purposely does that. I'm going to be in Springfield. Oh, it's a shame. You're working. Oh well, you know. I'm just kidding. Some people that live by me have a working phone booth on the boulevard of their yard. There you go. Got an old rotary one in the basement. I believe Eric has talked about having a rotary phone because, you know, again, when you live out in the sticks, power goes out. That's the only way you're going to communicate. That and a ham radio. I thought about getting into ham radios. I think it might be cool. But anyways, it's 7 o'clock. We're going to start our pre-trip. And get to work. Everything's got to work perfectly today. Because I have 2 loads to deliver today. And then I'm going home. Then, yeah, so. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate the support that you guys give me. And I appreciate the attention because I'm a narcissist and that's what we like. And, you know, yay narcissism, right? So with that being said, thanks for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Be safe. Be good. Take care of yourself. And hang on. It's going to be a bumpy ride.